Line. Greetings from Des Moines, Iowa. I'm really thrilled to be able to talk about AID, the Accelerated Innovation Delivery Initiative. This is one of the key responses that the U.S. government has done after Russia's invasion of Ukraine to help farmers all over the world cope and adapt and even thrive in the face of these crises. I've had two opportunities in the last year to visit with AID partners. The first was traveling with U.S. Special Envoy Kerry Fowler. He was in the room a few moments ago. Here he is. And we joined CIMMYT and went to Zambia. And at that idea, the partnership was sort of a glimmer in our eyes. And it was great to sort of brainstorm about what this could be. And then just last month, I was in Tanzania and had a chance to visit a model farm that was established by multiple partners in Tanzania under AID, and what a difference 1 year makes. It was just extraordinary to see the residents looking at what is possible when you bring improved inputs and improved technologies together, and engaging with model lead farmers and input suppliers and the like. And so this is my third time to hear from stakeholders. You're going to be hearing from agribusiness owner, smallholder farmer, researchers, Catholic Relief Services and NGO, and USAID staff also who are in the region. So I'm very much looking forward to this next this next conversation. The World Food Prize 1 year ago was all about global impacts, COVID-19, conflict, climate change, and how they were reversing hard-won gains in the fight against global hunger. And Russia's unjustified invasion of Ukraine exacerbated that scenario. It prompted historic spikes in food, fuel, and fertilizer prices that increased vulnerabilities. And I think that the American people can be extraordinarily proud of the US government at the unprecedented speed and generosity with which they responded. We responded. The US provided more than $13 billion to address the humanitarian fallout of these compounding crises over the past 2 years. And Congress also provided $1 billion in development monies that we are programming through Feed the Future, the US government's global flagship hunger initiative that is really focused on building more sustainable, more resilient, more nutritious, more inclusive, resilient food systems. We do this work in partnership, and with this surge in funding, USAID, the Department of State, the CG, the International Fertilizer Development Center, convened a broad array of stakeholders to talk about how best to respond. The goal was ambitious. It was to quickly assist, using existing market systems approaches, 6 million smallholder farmers in key food-producing areas of East and Southern Africa and the Great Lakes region. It was to do so in ways that would enable farmers not just to cope with the current shocks in the environment, but to give them the tools and resources to actually leapfrog ahead to improve sustainability and profitability in the long run. So turning crisis into opportunity, if you will. With astonishing speed, nearly 50 partners came together, and so far in 12 months have reached nearly 2 million farmers, 44% of women. That's only possible through this kind of collective action. In Southern Africa alone, 61 new and improved maize and legume seed varieties have reached farmers, and businesses have taken notice. In Malawi, Zambia, and Tanzania, they have already invested about $600,000 of their own funding to produce 13,000 tons of improved seed and made it available for sale in local markets by agro dealers. This is enough seed for 1.3 million farmers to plant on more than 500,000 hectares of land in the next growing season. It's precisely this kind of market growth, increasing demand for, increasing supply of innovations that we hope will boost long-term agricultural productivity, even as we meet farmers' immediate needs. AID has also committed to regularly sharing and evolving programming based on feedback from farmers and other stakeholders. This coming together of the partners for dialogue and learning is as important as the innovation delivery effort itself, so we can keep identifying better ways to build more productive and resilient food systems in a world where we know that shocks have become the new normal. So thank you to CIMMYT for playing a leadership role in the consortium and for pulling together these partners to actually bring the story to life.
Thank you so much for this great introduction, and especially thanks for the partnership. Also special thanks to Special Envoy Gary Fowler for being the inspiration and bringing this partnership together. Now I'm gonna stop talking, which is a good thing, and I'm gonna invite our panelists to the floor. Can I ask for our Chief of Party in the Great Lakes area to join us, Mr. Matiyudo, or better known as Abdu. That's why I don't pronounce this very well. Abdu, if you can join us, please, on the stage here. And we can give him a round of applause of encouragement. Also, I would like to invite Douglas Mwazi, our esteemed representative of the Catholic Relief Services, as one of the partners on the stage. And then Kevin Kavunda, our Chief of Party for the Southern Africa AID piece. And we are going to hear from our local farmers and also from seed companies, especially a shout out to Stephanie Anguli. She wanted to be with us, but unfortunately visa issues didn't allow her to join us here on stage. So Kevin, I'm going to turn it to you to walk us through some of the achievements. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be speaking to this audience this morning in Des Moines, Iowa. I just wanted to talk about and put context into which Dina basically spoke, and I will speak to the numbers so that we can contextualize what we've achieved in the last 1 year. It's been a tremendous effort, and I want to give kudos to the team who are back in Africa working. So it's important. We've done a lot of work, bringing 42 partners in a space of 1 year, private sector, public sector, civil society, to respond to the challenge is not a small task. 42 partners is a big achievement. I also want to speak to the numbers, basically, that Dina has spoken to or referred to. If you look at the 13,000 tons of maize that has been produced by the private sector in the first year of the response, you need to contextualize it. That's 430-ton trucks. 430-ton trucks in 1 year. That's a big achievement. How does that translate to the smallholders and the 1.3 million farmers that we have reached through advisory work, extension support, information access, and the linkages? Using the drought-tolerant varieties that have become available on the market, include foul armyworm-tolerant varieties, the extended or increased potential for every farmer who uses these drought-tolerant varieties is an additional 10 bags of, if we're speaking about maize, that's 10 bags by 50 kilos. I'm using metrics. That translates to $100 per farmer, times 1.3 million farmers reached. That means within the economy, within the rural areas, you are basically talking, and I'll be conservative here, Bram, you're talking about $65 million in the economy, additional. It's important to say additional. And what does that translate? It means farmers will buy more seed, they'll be able to invest and buy the seed that the private sector basically, and the innovations that our partners, CRS, or whether it's 1 Acre Fund, or it's crop biosciences in Tanzania, creating a system that works where the private sector becomes interested to support and benefit the farmer is what is being achieved. So in the last 1 year, we are looking at building a system that responds to demand and also creating the supply that basically responds to the farmer's needs. So I think that one of the missing elements which the program has been able to do or achieve is to reach a large number of farmers with the correct information, using advisories, using private sector like via mobile or CIMMYT through Munda Makeover, basically to demonstrate key messages that help them basically become resilient and also basically make their production systems improve. I think that's a snapshot of what we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And for those that don't know, Mundo Makeover is a fantastic television show with great interesting stories, but then woven into that is agricultural information. And why don't we listen to those that we are working with so that we are not speaking about, but can hear from her, the farmer, what impact this has on her life and that of her family. The video, please.
Ine zina langa ndine Rosalia Tembo, nili na zaka 56 years, nichokera ku Kauma village, Chipangali district. Ine nilibeba muna pano, nkhala nekha, ndina bana 80, anamwali yapo mmozi wa 9, nina zukulu 14. Kumbuyo uku mwamene ninayambira business tinali ulima mbewu wamba izi za makolo. Mwamba pa bwera FOF ndiye tinajoina FOF ndiye tamene tapitiriza ulima nayo. Chamene chinanivuta kuti niyambe business ya ulimi ni kulingana kuti nilinekha nibewa muna komanso ndalama zakuti niperekere vana sukulu zinalunivuta. So naona kuti kwabwera program ya FOF kuti tifuna kuti tizilima kwa mbewu zawo ndi pamene tinajoina kulandira maphunziro mwamene anatiphunzisira kuti tizilima mbewu zawo ndi pamene tinayamba ulima mbewu zawo zachitukuko chamenechi.
Ine zina langa ndine Sanga Jasaya, nichokera ku Mwayi Wathu Cooperative. Mwayi Wathu Cooperative ipezeka mwa Chifi Mkanda. Chifi Mkanda ipezeka mchipangali district. Komanso ndine munthu wokwatira. Nina bana 9 na zukulu 7. Paine nekha na familia yanga takhalatira alimi mwa zaka zambiri. Nonga pa ulimi wa pabanja langa timalima shava, soya beans, nyemba na chimanga pabanja lathu. FOF nambo senza nayo mu 2016. Ndipo Farmers at Grow Foundation inabadula pathu yapa uyamba kuti yambike Farmers at Grow Foundation inaambira pa khomo yapa atabwera a Mr. Sakala unipempha kuti anaganiza kuti tiyambe kampani nizilimisa shava. Ndipo ine nitachivomera ananipasa alimi woyamba anali 12 pa alimi 12 yapo by 20 kgs, amene nali 140 kgs patali mitfovu. Kenaka tabweza mkhongole. Kenaka chaka cholondolapo tinaona kuti magulidwe a kampani inalugula bwino kwambiri mbewu. Mpakana pano Farmers at Grow Foundation igula bwino. Komanso ubwino wake wene wa Farmers at Grow Foundation, 1 imapereka maphunziro, 2 imapereka mbewu, 3 imachita monitor minda ya alimi yonse. 4 imagula mbewu zonse sizisiya mbewu ku bwalo.
Under the USAID project called AIDI under CIMMYT, we have been empowered in the sense that we have had access to better and new varieties of legume seed, such as Lupande, Wamsanga, MGV8, these are groundnuts, and then we have pigeon pea and cowpeas. In this regard, even the farmers have benefited because of the variety of crops that they grow. Yeah. Besides that, even their income has improved. In March, they will be selling cowpea. Later, they will be selling soybeans. Then they'll have groundnuts. So they have a good flow of cash.
Business ya ulimi mamene ilili kuchoka kumbuyo ku sinali ya bwino chifukwa tinalunga ulima mbewu nongo magulisa kuna kulikose so akambopita mumseumu timagulisa koma pamene damba FOF naona kuti business yanga yakula nambothandizika kutisa kwa wana sukulu nachoka yapo namangako nyumba imo na yapa nambolima mbewu zosiyana monga izi zili hapa mpaka na izi zili kuseli naona kuti business yangu yakula sinivutika chakudya nichipeza bwino nikwanisha kusunga bana paineneka.
We are working with groups of farmers, and these farmers are organized in between 20 to 30. I can give an example of Rosaria Tembo in Kauma, Chipangali, and Mr. Chasaya Sanga, who is also in Chipangali, who we are working with as lead farmers. You may also wish to know that Rosaria's group is a female-only group, because we are very particular about that.
Nanga nemsazibanda. Momene nambira limambe ya twin beza mothandizo yaikulu. Thandizikira ko pakhomo. Fundwiro, koma sobe gulisa tipanga ndalama. Nchita titigwira, tipanga bize, mjira zati zofunika zuyenda zosayenera. Yakhaja bedi tisebenza ntchito zathu zenezi. Ibempa dole tungende kuyaka.
Mavuto yamene tipeza pa nkhani ya business ya ulimi ni monga mbewu. Chifukwa mbewu FOF zimachepa anthu ambiri monga azimayi bafuna kuti balime koma mbewu zichepa. Komanso transport ikabwera kuti banyamule imakhala yovuta motoka ning'ono mina banyamulira so pali pano zimathumba vili mnyumba umo bisopo vika.
Monga nakamba kali kuti alima zachuluka mbewu tikafunako zambiri bwana mkonzi. Chachivili uchuluka kwa anthu yiudi chaka chamawa zakhala yokwela zokolwa zachuluka. Zokolwa zochuluka izo zikafuna posungira like storage. Ndiye mwina zamene yembekeza kuti CIMMYT itathandiza kupa pamene potiwonjezera mbewu komanso atimangira ku storage kang'ono ndiye kuti masungidwe a mbewu izi tikhoza kahana malo osungira pabwino.
We wish to express our gratitude to USAID and CIMMYT through the support we are getting via the AIDI project, and we hope they will not end here. They'll continue supporting because of the nice job that they're doing in this community.
Thank you very much, and I believe you agree that it is us who owe gratitude to Farmers Growers Foundation. And I hope also you've seen that it's not about seed. It's about seed, post-harvest, and markets. And very clearly, it is about women that make it happen. It is she that turns seed into an opportunity for her children to go to school. A similar effort also happens in the Great Lakes area. And I would like Abdu, and allow me to use your short name, Abdu, to give us an update. Over to you.
Thank you, Bram. You are allowed. Good morning, everyone. As Kevin mentioned, it's very important to put this into the context. And at the Great Lakes, we are talking about Rwanda, Burundi, and DRC, very specific region. And for those who know these regions, there are different kind of challenges. And I think the first one I will say is really, despite all the progress that's happened during the last 20 years, the poverty is still high and very high level of malnutrition. among children. The level of malnutrition and also stunting among children is very high in the region. And when you look at it also, the diverse ecosystem that we have in this region is subject to climate change. And really, smallholder farmers are the most affected in this area. And recently, the crisis that we all know, and really about the war in Ukraine, and the precedent one with the COVID, has a very significant impact. And you can see it in the price of fertilizer, and also the food inflation. Rwanda is among the countries with the highest food inflation, across the continent. But at the same time, when you look at it with all these challenges, over the last 20 years, the CGR partners and national organizations have developed really high-level technologies and innovations that are not necessarily integrated into existing programs. And these organizations don't have access to this technology. And we believe that creating the platform that will help them to access this technology can contribute significantly to really address these challenges. I think this is where the ADI, is coming very strongly. And trying to, when you want to respond to crisis, and you don't start from scratch because you need to react quickly. And this is where the partnership element comes in. And I think Kevin mentioned it in the Southern Africa, also in the Great Lakes. I think I'll say in 9 months, we've built a partnership with 38 organizations, including 14 scaling organizations, CRS, AGRA. I'm happy to have representative of AGRA, CRS in the room, great partners, with existing program on the ground and with extension network that we can leverage on quickly to really address the challenges. The CGR centers for 9 innovation developers, and we leverage also the market actors. We need to know that, in the Great Lakes, the seed system is really at the infancy level, but we still have some private, small, and medium enterprises try to develop, seed, produce, and distribute. We engage them in this partnership and to see how we can really accelerate the innovation. And what is really interesting about ADI, we have existing program funded by USAID or other organization by AGRA, working already on seed system, CRS working on nutrition, because the nutritional outcome was very important in the Great Lakes, and how do we leverage what they are doing in isolation in different regions, bring them together in the one specific region to joint effort, and we plug in the different innovation on various crop. We have the orange flesh sweet potato, for example, beans, variety of beans, varieties, and fertilizer recommendations, that's available in the country. How do we package all this information, bringing into the ecosystem of the partnership and try to disseminate it to the farmers? I think that's what has really helped. I think I would say today, we've reached more than 500,000 farmers with this technology, having small and medium SMEs, seed companies, leading the effort. Some of the areas they can never access farmers because it was too small. This scaling organization helped them to open the door for them to access these farmers, to expose them to this technology, to try it on their farm, and to ask. Now we have already the result. A lot of farmers are asking more, want to buy, some want to buy, how do we now support this system, strengthen the seed system, so that really we can make this technology available to them and to respond to that. Of course, we need to make sure that we don't leave anyone behind. We'll still have different category of farmers, with different level of income and the capability to really buy. This is where we engage also the government in different areas to make sure that some of safety, safety net, intervention, some kind of subsidy program targeted to this, community, this household that cannot afford to really access. How can we partner with them also to make them available to these actors? I think this is the kind of intervention, and I would say we didn't think that it was possible because of short period of time. And this experience demonstrates the power of partnership. And the partnership with organizations and building on what has happened, not just USAID organization. In Congo, we are working with some of the Belgian organizations that benefited from long-term investment in the areas with the infrastructure available, putting the technology and advisory information services, using video, using mobile phone, especially in Rwanda where possible, and collaborating with organizations like Salbo, really with animation, and try in different location area help significantly to really improve the situation. I must say that when you look at in this country, there are different levels, and you see that for sustainability, the seed system needs to be strengthened. And you have, because it's a system, and this sector require, I would say, long-term investment to develop these SMEs. We'll listen to some of them. And you'll see that the countries are at different levels. Burundi, DRC are a little bit behind, while Rwanda is quite advanced based on the work that AGRA and other partners have done in the country. To really sustain the intervention in other countries, we need to do more. In the second year, we want to do more in strengthening the seed system in Burundi and Congo, working with the private sector. So, Bram, that's what I can say for now about the Great Lakes, and thank you for that.
Excellent, and thanks for your passion, and it's clearly about do better what you already do good. Let's now listen to the private sector. Two leading ladies, Stephanie and Emma, who are building their local seed company. If we can get the video, please.
My name is Stephanie Angomwile. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Stewards Globe Limited, trading as AfriSeed in Zambia. AfriSeed is a local seed company that was founded in 2007 as a farming business. And over the years, the company evolved to become a seed company in 2011. From that time onwards, the company started multiplying seeds, starting off with legumes, working with about 95 smallholder farmers. The company has grown from a complement of about 3 members of staff. I was the CEO, as well as the finance manager, as I was a driver. And today we pride ourselves to a complement of about 90 permanent staff and about 120 seasonal staff. In busy seasons, we even reach about 200 workers. When I came in as a seed company in 2011, farmers were getting as little as 500 kgs per hectare in maize. But with the increase in adoption of hybrid maize, farmers have been able to increase even up to 2 tons, which is very commendable for the partnership we have with CG centers in taking new varieties to the farmers' field.
I'm a farmer. I depend on farming. When we just started farming, we used to plant local maize, and the yields were not very good. We used to have very, very low yields. So we started planting other varieties, which were hybrids. But we also found that our yields were not very, very good. Then we got introduced to AfriSeed. When we got introduced to AfriSeed, we have been planting AfriSeed for the last 5 years. Our yields have been very, very good.
We set ourselves to solve the issue of farm productivity. We've been able to increase farm productivity. Apart from receiving parent seed, we've also received training. Some of our technical staff have been to Zimbabwe to be trained in various, technical knowledge. Other support that we've been able to receive from CIMMYT is also demand creation. As a local seed company, you are competing with a lot of multinationals, and you have a small budget. So CIMMYT has been able to come into the fore to help the company increase demand for our hybrid maize.
We've got a wide range of product portfolio that we offer to our farmers, and I must mention that we've got a specific interest in small-scale growers, and we offer the following crops. So we've got maize, we've got soybeans, we've got sunflower, we've got beans, which is the common beans, and then we also have other legumes such as cowpea and cereals such as rice. In the last couple of years, we've had quite some drought that has happened, and we've tested our crop AF635 in those drought-tolerant areas, and it has done pretty well. We've got so much testimony that has come through as feedback from our growers and our customers, who are the farmers, basically.
Over the years, the company has added other products, such as sorghums and other small grains. This is because the company wanted to respond to a market opportunity that was happening in Zambia as well as in the region. CIMMYT has helped us join the International Maize Consortium through our membership program. They introduced us to the membership program, which we joined 2 years ago, with the objective for us of ensuring that we increase our genetic pool, because this hybrid market is very competitive. So we need to be ahead of the market and introduce products that are, environmentally adaptable as well as, beneficial to our farming communities. The business model is centered around smallholder farmers on the supply chain as well as the market. On the supply chain side, the company works with about 1,300 smallholder farmers who are multiplying legumes and some commercial farmers who are multiplying hybrid maize.
People think we have got medicines that we use, the charms, but we have told them to say it's nothing to do with the charms. It's about AfriSeed.
From the Great Lakes.
I'm an agronomist by professional. I did crop production in undergraduate and bachelor's. I did plant breeding and seed systems during my MSc. I'm married, have 3 kids. I'm a mother of boys. I'm a farmer, seed multiplier. As I did seed systems, I'm doing seed production for beans, maize, and soybean. The AID helped me to give me the market for selling seeds. Farmers before were not aware of the clean seeds for beans. They just buy the beans and go and plant. But now they know I&J has the clean seed, so they just call via the branding. There's a contact on the envelopes and call me to send them the seeds. I didn't brand the seeds before. AID was the one introduces me to branding and packaging small packs. Started with 200 grams, 500 grams, up to whatever farmer prefers. It exposed me more through demonstration plots. The marketing aspect increased a lot. Before I was selling where my shop is. My shop was in Rwanda, so I was not going beyond Rwanda. But now, last season I did in 6 districts: Kayonza, Rwamagana, Nyamasheke, Crises, Karongi, and Burundi. Actually, I went to Burundi for the first time through AID. I didn't know that district. So AID helped me to spread my business.
Before AID, I sold 5 tons of bean seeds. During AID, I sold up to 20 tons of bean seeds. I didn't satisfy the market. That was the only bean seeds I produced. So this season, I'm expecting to produce more, and I will sell more than 40 tons of bean seeds. Before AID, I was working with 5,000 farmers. During AID, which was 2023B, I sold to 15,000 farmers plus big farmers. It went up to 18,000. So this season 2024B, I sold to 30,000 farmers, included with our cooperatives, a number of farmers within the cooperative, individual farmer, small project, some projects and NGOs. Before I joined AID, I had never sold beans using agro-dealers. It was just individual farmers and cooperatives. Actually, AID was the one introduced us to agro-dealers to sell beans. I managed to work with 5 agro-dealers.
Nakoranye na Emma amha imbuto y'ibishyimbo y'indobanure biro 500. Ntekereza ko mu yindi season ishobora kuzagura ibirengaho. Abaturage barayishimiye ku buryo twabonye ifite umumero mwiza. Ikiro twakigurishaga 2,000. Indi yari ku 800 ariko wabonaga ariyo bagura cyane.
Business in agriculture is the best. As long as you do it professionally, you produce good clean seeds. This is the best business I can tell you.
I'm sure that you saw that this is about spreading wings of local leadership. So let's go to another local leader from CRS. When I was in your community, I remember especially the post-harvest efforts, but I'm sure you have much more than that to tell. Over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Douglas Mwasi. I'm based in Zambia, and CRS, Catholic Relief Services, is one of the partners that Kevin talked about, those 42. Let me start on a lighter note. When you listened to the video, the farmer from AfriSeed, she said there are no charms. It's about AfriSeed. To that, I would add to say there's a Zambian seed expression that we use. Seed does not cost, it pays. But the underlying thing is quality certified seed. If you take a risk to get seed anyhow on the streets, then it will cost you. But if you can be able to trace it from where it's come and the genetic makeup, then it will pay at the end of the day. CRS has been given the mandate to strengthen the seed system under AID project. And our primary job is to link or to bridge the gap between the breeders or the owners of the seed, for example, AfriSeed, Sidico, Kamano, and the smallholder farmers. Those farmers you saw at first, those are the end users, and the breeders and the suppliers. So CRS is bridging that gap to answer the question, which I think you said, take it to the farmer. How do we take it to the farmer? We are using what we are saying agricultural development agents. In some context, you can say these agricultural development agents, which we are saying ADAs, are lead farmers, okay? But we have added a responsibility from a lead farmer, not only just to train farmers on agricultural practices, but there's a component of enterprise development. That's where we are saying now these are agricultural development agents. One, they deliver the help, they deliver the seed, they give agricultural practices, agricultural advisory services, and at the same time, when it comes to output marketing, they're also equally engaged in output marketing. So that's the piece that CRS is doing. Production is done. What next for a farmer? If the grain is not stored in a proper way, losses will start creeping in. We have partnered with Purdue University, where we are doing post-harvest management. In Zambia, for a long time, our farmers have been using chemicals to store their grain. I think we know the advantages and disadvantages of chemicals. Yeah, so with Purdue University, another partner on this, we are training farmers to adopt the use of hermetic technology, free chemicals, where they can store their grain. Currently, farmers have started slowly appreciating this technology. It's a journey. I think in the next coming season, more farmers will be able now to appreciate this. The other piece, like I mentioned, after production, you store your grain, it comes to marketing. If you heard one of the farmers saying, if I may use my local language, tipempago, meaning we're asking from the project storage. So that's the piece also that we are doing. So after storage, we are linking these farmers to markets, completing the whole production and marketing cycle. So that's really what CRIs has to bring on the table. But also we have partnered with the government side of it, Zambia Agricultural Research Institute. Kevin, in his introductory remarks, he talked about varieties, maize varieties that respond to 4 armyworm. So our research institute in Zambia is looking at that, and I think they have produced 3 varieties which respond to that, other than the drought-tolerant varieties, meaning we're improving on the seed, which also leads me to the same: seed does not cost, it pays, but it depends the quality of the seed. The agricultural development agents, one key function we've given them is to be local seed growers, okay? So there's one channel of distribution, like the AfriSeed, that's the commercial side. But for legumes, it's very difficult for legumes to be accessed. Maize, we don't seem to have much a problem, but legumes. So what we have done is to train farmers, these agricultural development agents, to be local seed growers. And we are getting guidance from Seed Certification and Control Institute of Zambia. It's a government department. So we are working within the framework and policy guidelines from government. In terms of progress, 1 year, my colleague said it was a short period, but we have scored some milestones. As a contribution to the bigger numbers, CRIS had a target of about 10,000 smallholder farmers in eastern part of Zambia, but within that 9 months period, we managed about 54% to be reached with a number of intervention. Yeah, the most one I can say mostly was this piece of post-harvest management and also quick delivery of seed at an affordable side and also guaranteed quality of seed. That's what we have done so far with CRS.
Thank you, Douglas. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And as a testimony of several of the last mile, or I should say first mile delivery partners. All of these efforts would not be possible wasn't for the generous support of the USAID local mission in knowledge, in guidance, in vision. Let's listen to the USAID Zambia representative on a video.
Greetings, I'm Peter Wiebler. I'm the Mission Director at USAID Zambia. Thanks for this opportunity to share more about how the US government is delivering private sector-led solutions for the challenges Zambian producers face, including pest, disease, and drought conditions, all of which will increase with climate change. Zambia is a leading country for hybrid maize seed production and export on the continent. Very few countries have such a strong seed production and export industry. And Zambia also serves as a nexus of activity that is delivering innovation through the Southern Africa AID-I Rapid Delivery Hub. Through AID-I, CIMMYT, our partner, has renewed long-standing successful partnerships with many private Zambian seed companies to deliver drought-tolerant, improved maize varieties. This is helping producers deal with the unfortunate effects of climate change. And additionally, as fall armyworm becomes ever-present in Zambia, 3 fall armyworm-resistant varieties of maize have been added to the catalog of seeds now available to smallholder farmers. This is building the resilience of private sector smallholder production systems. Because AID-I builds on previous USAID investments, by adding value and layering activities and technologies now available to private smallholder farmers, we're optimistic that an additional 7,000 metric tons of certified seed will become available to support farmers in Zambia and elsewhere in the region. USAID is pleased to collaborate with AID-I in Zambia and to support the scaling of these innovations and technologies through longstanding Feed the Future investments. As a new Feed the Future focus country, Zambia is also pleased to see AID-I active in the Feed the Future zone of influence. The layering of future work in the FTF zone of influence will ensure sustainable results for producers for years to come and help us achieve our goal of 20% reduction in poverty and 10% reduction in stunting. Given the outcomes of the pandemic and the conflict in Ukraine, This work could not come at a better time. There's a need to increase food production and use Zambia's comparative advantage in seed production as a growth strategy for transforming smallholder agriculture to help Zambia realize its dream of becoming a regional breadbasket. Partnerships make all the difference, and the convening power of the U.S. government is a very powerful tool. Over the past year, AIDI has developed 21 new partnerships in Zambia that focus on critical components of diversifying the agricultural sector. Partnerships with the private sector, government, civil society, and local farmer organizations improve soil fertility, enhance seed systems, all of which respond to the needs of smallholder farmers. So thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing about more results from AIDI to deliver productive solutions for Zambia and the region.
So I think that ended with a clear challenge to do more and better. With that, we are at the end of this morning session. I do want to thank you for being with us. I hope you could see women leaders, men doers and leaders, but especially I hope you could see a team that's trying to make a difference and that's committed to do different. I would like to invite you to be part of that team. If you see an opportunity to contribute, if you have a comment of what we can do better, we're only a WhatsApp, email, and all the other things, Facebook, or Instagram, away, and are ready to listen and do different together with you. Once again, thank you very much. I hope you will enjoy today's Iowa Day, today's World Food Prize Day, with a little bit more of a smile after seeing this session. Thanks a lot.